Week 3 of the Open, the final week, and the CrossFit media team did it again with this video to promote the Open announcement.
It's a movie.
These have been so fun this year, and this video of mine is a little bit late this week. But that's not my fault. Dave Castro just put out his announcement this morning, being Wednesday morning, a day later than he usually does. But let's take a look at it. It is this shower thing. But what made this even funnier is the video from Jason Hopper and his wife that popped up after it.
He literally took this in the Albany hotel shower. I got you.
It looks like Dave was maybe waiting to get to his hotel in Albany to take this video of the shower. Possibly. So what could this mean? I think the obvious hint or obvious reference could be to the leaks and all the leaked ideas for workouts that have popped up. And I say ideas for workouts because while there's been one very popular leaked workout, there have been variations of this leaked workout. So like, I don't feel confident that it is definitely one of these, but it could be that it is a variation of the leak. So before we talk about the leaked workouts, let's just talk a little bit about what we haven't seen yet and the movements that are still on the table. If you're new to the Open, we usually don't repeat movements in an Open. I believe once burpees were repeated, but that was during a 5-week Open, and now the Open is only 3 weeks, usually with 3 workouts, sometimes 4. With that being the case, I just don't see them repeating something. So the big movements that are still on the table, yes, there are some others, and there could be a new movement, but the big ones that are still on the table that we haven't done yet are things like rowing. We haven't pulled from the ground at all, so that could be in the form of a deadlift and a snatch. It's highly unlikely to be a clean, only because we've already done cleans. I don't think we need to do an overhead because we have like a shouldered overhead, because we've had the thrusters, which has a shouldered overhead in it, and we had the hang clean and jerk on week 1, so that kind of also covers that overhead position. So I don't think we necessarily need an overhead, which kind of makes the pulling from the ground more likely to be a deadlift, but it could be a deadlift or a snatch. Those are like the 2 major lifts that we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen wall walks. And do wall walks always appear? No. They have a couple times, but they don't always appear in the Open. But it's possible they could appear this year. Similarly, we haven't seen handstand push-ups yet. And wall balls, although I don't know if we'll see wall balls this year just based on all the squatting we did last week. I don't know if we'd have another fairly high volume squat workout with a wall ball. And then toes to bar. But we have already hung from the bar. I don't necessarily think toes to bar and pull-ups, chest to bar are that similar, but we have hung from the bar, so we have had a related stimulus. So I don't know if we'll see toes to bar, although I would like toes to bar, but I don't know if we'll see those in the workout. So those are some of the main movements we haven't seen yet that this next Open workout could be comprised of. And I would imagine at least one of those movements that I just spoke about will be in this Open workout, if not multiple of those. So I would say this is the most popular version of the leaked workout, although I see a lot of people posting like on Reddit and stuff that the workout has been leaked, but then some of them don't say what it is. Like a lot of them didn't say what it was. I was looking earlier this week, so maybe now they're saying more of it. But I just think that's funny because why say it's leaked if you're not going to say what you've heard? But anyway, this one was also posted on Barbell Spin, and I've seen it a couple other places as well. So go to the Barbell Spin if you want to see more details about it. But this is the most popular one. 50 cal row, 25 deadlifts at 225, 155, a very standard Open weight for deadlifts, but heavier than what we did last year. 50 cal row, 25 wall walks, 50 cal row, and then it says maybe something else. So there doesn't seem like there is a time on this from the leak, but 50 cals, 25 deadlift, 50 cals, 25 wall walk, 50 cals, and maybe something else is sort of what's been floated quite a bit. I don't dislike this workout. It does give you some pulling from the ground. It gives you a lot of pulling in general because you're pulling on that rower, just a different movement that we haven't done a whole ton of, although there's some pulling obviously in pull-ups, also very cardiovascular. Does favor a bigger athlete, which we haven't seen a lot of that, at least from the rowing perspective. And rowing is the majority of the workout, right? It's the majority of the reps. It's 150 calories on a rower. That's a lot of rowing. I don't know if the calories will be the same for women and men. The deadlift weight will certainly be lighter for women, but it's interesting. 25 wall walks is a lot. That's gonna get really real for people if you're not proficient at the wall walk, and if you're not practicing the wall walk with the standards that we've had in the past. Now, I don't know if they will change the standards this year. Some of the standards have been changed from year to year. Handstand push-ups had so much variance in the standards for years. There was that one year, weird year, that we put our like elbow against the wall and there was like a measurement taken. It was a whole thing. But if you're not practicing with the standard, I would suggest reviewing the standards from previous years if you're feeling strongly that wall walks are gonna come up, and just making sure you know that you have to start on the line, walk your hands back to that line that's closer to the wall, and then bring your hands back to the farther line before bringing your feet to the ground. Something that a lot of people forget. So just throwing that out there, if we're gonna see wall walks, you might wanna just look it up before you get interrupted in the workout and feel sad. So let's look at a couple of the comments on the post from CrossFit. The first one is from Meme for Time. Going to be crying in the shower after. I mean, that does happen like once in Open anyway, right? Keeping it real, it's the leak, maybe. I do think it's referencing the leaks for sure. I think Dave is making it clear that like he knows about the leaks. And he did make that clear in his week in review. If you didn't see that, here it is.
2 having been leaked, or people knowing what that workout was really loud. The chatter leading into 25.3 is also there's a lot of people behind the scenes in some of the camps, some of the athletes, etc. Some of the people who cover the sport talking about knowing what 25.3 is. In all these cases, I'm really surprised nobody has put the workout out there yet.
Another comment from LG Cuff 77 is 50 cal row, 50 deadlifts, 50 cal row, 25 wall walks, sort of a variation on what we saw from barbell spin. Seen a lot of variation of those 3 movements. So the rowing, deadlifts, and wall walks. That's what a lot of people are calling. Those are the movements I think everyone thinks we're gonna be seeing. Someone said sweaty walls, wall walks to finish, confirmed. I don't know if that means to finish the workout, because there's also variations like the one from barbell spin that says we wouldn't finish with wall walks unless you got stuck on the wall walks. Really, you can finish anywhere depending on what the workout is. Another comment, my guess is descending wall walks, dumbbell box step overs, and deadlifts. I don't like the dumbbell box step over. I don't know if we've had that in the Open. I believe we've had it in quarterfinals, but I don't know if we've had dumbbell box step overs in the Open. And we already used the dumbbell in week 1. I don't think we're gonna see it come back in week 3. And this comment from Scott Morgan, which I think is a bit aggressive of a workout, 50 cal row, 50 deadlifts, 50 cal row, and then 50 wall walks. And he put a 10-minute cap on that. I don't see that being the workout, because I do think a lot of the times Dave does program these so that the best in the world, maybe just like a couple people, will finish. I don't even know if that's finishable. 100 calories on the rower, 50 deadlifts, and 50 wall walks. The compounding effect when you get to 50 is just like, I just don't see that happening. I don't know. If someone in the comments below could tell me if they think that that's doable in 10 minutes, but that, I don't know. You'd have to be like a wall walk wizard. I don't know who that is, but Mal O'Brien, she was pretty good at the wall walks, but she's not competing anymore. So I don't know, that seems like too many wall walks consecutively. It's a lot in that time frame. I don't know. I saw someone else post something very similar with 25 wall walks. I think it would be totally different than 50. 50's a lot. A couple more comments that I want to point out. Wall balls and wall walks. Oh my God, that would be so much like upper body pressing, because on the wall ball, you're throwing it, and the wall walk, that'd be a lot of arms. I don't know. Especially just those two movements without like a row. And then we wouldn't have any pulling from the ground. I do really think we're gonna have something that is pulling from the ground. So I think those two movements only, highly unlikely. Depression and sadness for time, only if you let your head get there. Just remember, like, you get to do this, it's awesome. Be grateful, don't get too sad. A sweaty one, possibly, very possibly. And then wall walk, deadlift, rowing, max snatch. That would be really cool. If they put a max snatch at the end of that, that would be pretty cool. Although I don't know if we do like a moderate deadlift and then a max snatch. Possibly, at least for the elites. The snatches that they're gonna be hitting are going to be significantly heavier than the deadlift, but that wouldn't be true for the general population. So I'm not sure if we'd see those two movements together with like a max at the end, but I do like the idea of a max snatch. I don't believe we've ever had a max snatch in the open. So that could be cool. And it could be a second score, which I'm a fan of having a 2-scored week. Do you see my little puppy sitting behind me on the couch? You look so cute back there, buddy. Well, that is it. Most of the predictions are very consistent. It would be very funny if it ended up being none of these. And Dave also made it sound like in his week in review that from what he's seen and heard, that the correct workout has not been guessed yet.
In all these cases, I'm really surprised nobody has put the workout out there yet.
But I don't know if that's true or not. Because last week I would say a lot of people did guess the workout based on Dave's hint and based on leaking maybe. I don't love the leaks. I don't find them that fun personally. Totally understand if other people have different perspectives. I love the surprise of the open. I think it's so fun getting a little bit anxious on Thursdays and being like, ooh, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? And not knowing. I enjoy that. I'd rather not know. But some people are people that like surprises and other people do not. I love the surprise. So I would like the leak to be somewhat incorrect, although I do imagine that there is some truth to what we've been hearing and some truth to the movements that we're seeing. The rep scheme, how they're placed throughout the workout, I think could be different than what everyone is saying, but I do think there's a chance that there is some truth, right? Because usually whenever there's rumors in life, a lot of rumors are based in some amount of truth, even if they're not entirely true. So I do think there could be some truth to this leak. I just don't know if we have it down exactly. Let me know what you think it is in the comments. Let me know if you think it's something totally different. Like, we didn't talk about box jumps. We haven't seen box jumps yet. Let me know if you think it's a different movement, if you think this wet wall means something totally different than what everyone else is saying. Although I do think it's like a hint towards the leaks. Anyway, leave your comments below. I appreciate you all for watching. Sorry this was a late one. The clue was late. See you in the next one. Bye. Bye. Say bye, buddy. Bye.